Welcome to the next lecture on use of social innovation for Industry 4.0. So, who are all the major partners? So, it is going to be initiative and programs promoting skill development for Industry 4.0 is going to be public private partnership, where in which funding and curriculum development, they play an important role in funding and curriculum development. Okay. Next is vocational training. Here it is tailored program for, it is vocational training is tailored or training given in one domain for skilling. Okay. Then online learning platforms, this is flexible and affordable. Next is upskilling existing workforces. We have adaptability, which is a very big challenge, adapting to changing requirements. Then skill development centers for training and certification. Apprenticeship and internship program. So, it is more towards hands on training for industry exposure. So, all these things are part of initiatives and programs promoting skill development for Industry 4.0. All these things are being done. Many of the countries across the globe have implemented all these things, especially in the country like India, a developing country. You see all these programs are intact, and lot of people are being given new knowledge. There are public private partnership going on in a big way, vocational trainings, online learning platforms, upskilling upskilling existing workforces are being done, skill development centers and apprenticeship and internship programs are done. So, all these things are getting integrated as part of curriculum today under the new education policy. See the sustainability and environmental impact. So, the linking Industry 4.0 with sustainability goals, there is resource efficiency. So, here efficiency is through predictive maintenance and efficient production comes under the resource efficiency. The circular economy is durability, reuse and recycling using AI, IoT and blockchain. So, all these things are very efficiently used for circular economy. Sustainable supply chain, we have transparency, then you have traceability, and ethical sources, ethical sourcing through digital technologies. We have discussed in plenty, so I will just quickly go through. Linking Industry 4.0 with sustainability goals is resource efficiency, circular economy, durability, reuse, recycle, all these things are used. Sustainability supply chain, transparency, traceability and ethical sources. Okay. Promoting environmental friendly practices like energy management is today efficient use. So, what we are trying to talk about is smart monitoring, and if you wanted to look at your own city, there are a lot of projects which is going on smart metering of power consumption, smart monitoring and smart grids. Why today energy management is very important? Because today they have started doing trading or fixing price on hourly basis depending upon the demand. So, smart monitoring and smart grids are a part of energy management, which is promoting environmental friendly practice, which is part of cyclic economy, circular economy. Waste reduction, this is more towards waste recycle and waste management good practices. Okay. Waste reduction and green infrastructure is making eco friendly buildings. Okay. Transportation and data center. These are all promoting environmental friendly good practices. Energy management, waste management, it can be waste management can be in terms of water or the waste whatever we get, we generate every day, waste management, and the last one is green infrastructure. Today there is a big drive which is going towards building up buildings with socially available or closely available material. So, they are trying to talk about more and more green infrastructure which comes into eco-friendly buildings. So, the buildings are now expected to have energy efficiency, have transparent glass, try to have sunlight falling into your room, so that your energy consumption is reduced, try to have passive ventilation systems. So, all these things are part of eco-friendly buildings. So, all these things are part of environmental impact and sustainability, which in turn can be integrated with social innovation using Industry 4.0. So, today we talk about some of the examples of social innovation for sustainable Industry 4.0 is eco design and product life cycle management. So, here we talk about C2C, that is cradle to coffin, trying to have a complete control over the design and move along with the product till it is put under a coffin. What is the carbon emission it does? What is the amount of energy which is consumed by the product? So, this is what is that. So, eco design and product life cycle management, smart cities. So, here I have already talked about smart grids, smart management systems, smart grids, e-vehicles, all these things are sustainable urban development. Sustainable manufacturing network is more towards circular economy. Then environmental monitoring and conservation is going to be rain, forest, connections, IoT devices for detecting deforestation. Actually, this project is they put several of the carbon sensors So, carbon dioxide sensors, these at regular intervals like your mobile antenna, and if at all there is a carbon emission comes and carbon dioxide release happens, immediately what it does is the sensor predicts, then there is a matrix of sensors. These sensors communicate to the higher ups or whatever it is, such that the environment immediately they start reacting to the situation and they try to do environmental monitoring and conservation. Digital platform for sustainability is shareable and free cycle enabling. Shareable and free cycle enabling resource sharing and waste reduction. For example, you can have a single database wherein which multiple people can access, and when they access this database multiple, so this can be company 1, company 2, company 3, 4, company 5. So, all these people can connect with themselves, and then they can connect, they can share, and they can use the same database, so that they can reduce the time wastage which is there. So, ethical consideration for 4.0, we have data privacy, algorithm bias, social and economic inequalities, autonomous systems and accountability, job displacement and human dignity. All these things we have dealt in large. So, I would just try to keep moving to the next slide. So, ethical consideration for industry 4.0, responsible innovation, it has to be a stakeholder engagement, it has to have ethical frames and guidelines, education and awareness, and multi-stakeholder collaboration. So, all these things are part of ethical industry 4.0. So, in responsible innovation, you will have integrating ethics and social values into industry 4.0. Then stakeholder engagement will be including diverse perspectives in decision making. Then ethical framework and guidelines, it is going to be guiding responsible technology use. Then education and awareness is promoting digital literacy and ethical awareness. The last one is multi-stakeholder collaboration. You will have addressing ethical challenges collectively. So, continuing with the initiatives of responsible data governance and algorithm fairness, data protection regulation is very important. So, lot of countries have implemented. So, implementation of GDPR in the European Union for protection of personal data. It is done in Europe, so that the data privacy, it is in Europe. So, it is done, and the next one is ethical AI practice. It is adapting principles like partnership. So, there are a lot of AI ethical principle is guided by ensuring fairness, transparency, and accountability. This is part of ethical AI principles have been done. Auditing and certification. Big organizations are always involved in certifying the companies meetings, whether the companies meet the social and environmental performance standards, right. So, whether they meet, they audit and certify, and diversity and inclusiveness is open AI efforts to address biases in AI models and promote inclusive AI development by considering diversity and inclusion in the AI development. So, social entrepreneurship in industry 4.0. Social entrepreneurship involves using business principles and innovative approach to address social and environmental challenges, aiming to create positive impact alongside financial stability. This is what is social entrepreneurship: business principles, innovation, social, environmental, sustainability. All these things are part of social entrepreneurship. In the context of inducing industry 4.0, the social entrepreneurship leverages advanced technology, digital innovation to tackle societal and environmental problems, which embracing the transformative potential of industry 4.0. Some of the examples of social enterprises leveraging industry 4.0 technologies are, for example, M-Clinica, which is a digital platform which analyzes the data and connects. It is analyzes data and connects to pharma and pharmaceutical or pharma company, pharmacies and healthcare providers in Southeast Asia. This is a social and the enterprise which is giving accessible healthcare. M-Clinica. Sustainable manufacturing, it is a company which gives is FarmBoat, which is a open source farm robo. Which is also have farm robo and IoT that enables individuals to grow their own food using sustainable practices. Okay. So, that is sustainable agriculture, FarmBoat. Then renewable energy solution, it is off grid box. This is the company name, and they do solar powered water and energy systems to rural and remote areas, addressing energy poverty and promote sustainability. You see, there are so many companies, and all these companies are very successful. Inclusive education, it is example is Illuminu, which is a social enterprise in Kenya, developing interactive digital learning tools. It here digital learning tools which are interactive for students in underserved community. Okay. So, this is an inclusive education, again social enterprise, wherein which it is using leverage of industry 4.0 technology. The last one is going to be recycle, example is going to be Recycle Point, which is in Nigeria. Here implementation of a reward based system for recycling using IoT based waste collection bin and a blockchain platform to incentivize recycling behavior. See, some of the very successful startups or social entrepreneurs who are existing today, who have used Industry 4.0 for social entrepreneurship or social enterprise development. To summarize in this lecture, what we have seen is social innovation plays a crucial role in leveraging the benefits of Industry 4.0 while addressing its challenge, ensure a more inclusive, sustainable and ethical digital platform. The adoption of social innovation in Industry 4.0 should be collective effort driven by partnership, collaboration, shared communities to social and environmental well-being. So, for driven by, I repeat, the adoption of social innovation in Industry 4.0 should be a collective effort which is driven by partnership, collaboration, shared commitment to social and environmental well-being. These are the references which I have used: Murray, the Open Book of Social Innovation, then Hopkinson, Rapid Manufacturing and Industrial Revolution for a Digital Age, then Nikolopoulos, Sustainable Entrepreneurship and Social Innovation. So, the assignment for this lecture is going to be, please go through the examples of social enterprises which are developed across the globe under the area of inclusive education and sustainable agriculture. So, take 5 examples. Take the 5 best examples to the best of your knowledge in the area of social entrepreneurship, which is developed across the globe, not in particular country, across the globe. Best practices in developed country, developing country, underdeveloped country, wherever you want, please take it. And then what you do is you keep only 2 theme focus areas is inclusive education and sustainable agriculture. How is IoT helping you to do social entrepreneurship in the area of inclusive education and sustainable agriculture, such that it tries to help the unmet, to fulfill the unmet needs. Thank you very much.